Welcome to the Nitpicking Nerds Commander Tune-Ups, episode number 13. Lucky number 13. I'm your host, Joe Cherries. This is your host.
But I'm your host, Beezy. So
We're
how does that work?
It's almost like we're co-hosts, co-managers.
Okay, I guess. What are we doing?
So, today, we're doing tune-ups. And tune-ups is when we take your user-submitted deck. Finger guns. Your user-submitted decks, and we take them and we tune them up under your specific requirements, restrictions, whatever you want. Today, we're taking Dustin, a.k.a. Witch Dogs, Nicol Bolas, the Ravager deck, and we're tuning it up. He has a $100 restriction. He wants it to be flavorful. We went with a discard theme. That wasn't necessarily part of it, but we went with a discard
definitely
theme.
Was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, there was. We changed around a lot of the discard theme, and he has a $100 budget. Why don't you go ahead and read Nicol Bolas, the Ravager?
I certainly will. But at first, I feel like people don't know how to submit their own decks.
No, I didn't
if
tell them.
they wanted to. So I'm going to do that.
Tell them.
If you want to submit a deck to this show and have us do it and tune it up like we're doing this right now, all you got to do is subscribe and post a deck list via Tapped Out in the comments.
And let us know your restrictions, because if you just give us a deck and
we're just going to build the best deck we can build.
Yeah, and it's gonna have like $10,000 in upgrades, and it's gonna be silly.
That's how we do things. That's the default, is to put $10,000 in every deck. And if it doesn't work out,
we literally just put the most expensive cards that we can possibly think of.
That's coming.
All right, so
I'm gonna read Nicol Bolas now.
Read Nicol Bolas, the Ravager.
Now that you know how to submit, because you were already like, how do I submit?
Yeah, I mean,
Not anymore.
you were curious. You're like, how do I make? I really want to be on this show.
True. Now, Nicol Bolas costs 1 blue, black, red for a 4/4 flyer. Legendary creature, Elder Dragon. When Nicol Bolas the Ravager enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. 4 blue, black, red. Exile Nicol Bolas the Ravager. Then return him to the battlefield, transformed under its owner's control. Activate this ability only at sorcery speed. Transforms into Nicol Bolas the Arisen with his stubby fingers. +2, draw 2 cards. -3, he deals 10 to a creature or planeswalker. -4, put a creature or planeswalker from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. -12, exile all but the bottom card of target player's library. And he starts at 7. That's a lot of words.
There's a lot of words. He doesn't flip too often. He's more...
Almost never flips.
When I play Nicol Bolas, the Ravager, I have a commander deck. It is like, hey, my hand is pretty much empty. Guess what? It's flip time.
Yeah, it's time to hope this flips, because they can respond to it and kill it.
Yeah, and you don't want to... Seven mana, they get killed by, like, murder. Nobody's playing murder, but...
Yeah, it's a commander staple.
Yeah, but it can literally just die to murder. Nicol Bolas is an awesome card.
Yeah.
And I really like him.
I know.
That's why he's my commander. And let's move on. What's our first thing? We got something good. We're in Flavor Town, baby. And in Flavor Town, Bolas wants to have all of his friends.
He's the mayor.
Nicol Bolas and Nicol Bolas and Nicol Bolas.
He's the mayor, and the city council is full of Nicol Bolases.
Yes.
Nicol Boli, if you will.
You can assemble a whole army of Nicol Bolas.
You can, but you never will, because they're all 1,000 mana.
I've played 3 of them before. I've had 3 of them on the field before.
That's true. How was that?
They're pretty powerful.
I guess. I mean, did you cast them with Omniscience, or did you actually do it?
I cast them with Omniscience.
Yeah, wow. Whoa. What a strong bunch of cards. Anyway, we know this deck isn't the strongest. We built it to be the best we can be under these restrictions, and I think we nailed it.
Yep. So, we're probably just going to put the Bolas on screen instead of reading these layers and layers of text. Nicol Bolas Pharaoh is really good because of his +1, which
because of the least fun ability on a planeswalker I've ever seen in my entire life.
He just calls it unfun.
It's the lame plus. You have to, if you +1 and mind ride everybody, you have to say, I'm going to activate Nicol Bolas as Pharaoh. I'm going to use the lame plus.
It's the really good plus. It's the best one. It gets you infinite card advantage. Just why this card is actually... I feel like this card is just actually playable in EDH, which is weird for planeswalkers.
I don't think it is.
I think it is. I think getting 6 cards on 1+
for 7 mana? No way.
Yeah, but then they have to answer it. It also requires an answer after that point.
It requires attacks.
It requires attacks. It requires answers. I think it's good. I think the card is legitimately good.
Well, we can disagree on that another time, because it is good in this deck. We got Nicol Bolas Planeswalker, and then OG Nicol Bolas. Didn't include the terrible dual deck version.
Yeah, OG Nicol Bolas works with the theme of this card, so not that he's ever hitting. I have never. I've probably seen it cast 5 or 6 times, which isn't a lot, but I've never seen it hit a player ever.
No. What other flavor wins do we have?
We have Bolas's Clutches, which is it's a bad mind control. It's like
what does it do?
You can take 4 blue. You control target permanent. Gain control of target permanent.
I mean, it's enchant permanent.
Enchant permanent.
You control enchanted permanent.
You control enchanted permanent.
So you're flavorful. If you gain control of Liliana, I think you should win the game.
Yes, for a pure flavor win. Cards, okay.
It's fine. It's a 2-for-1. I mean, there's like crazy stuff you can steal, so it's probably fine.
You rather be playing like Treachery.
I've never played this card in EDH. I've never seen it.
I will never play it in EDH, but it's so flavorful.
You can steal lands.
That's true. It's really weird. It's weird that...
I mean, it basically destroys something, and then you get that.
The term Bolas's Clutches, like, he's controlling it. The idea of, like, something that can't think.
Like the plane of Amonkhet, which he controls. It's dummy.
Well, yeah, but it's not like in his clutches. Like, something being in his I don't know.
It's not in his clutches in the artwork. Yeah, it's completely reasonable.
Yeah, but his stubby fingers are in that artwork.
All right, I'm gonna read the next one. It's Wit's End, which is 5 black for a sorcery. It is very simple. There's only 7 words on it.
There is only 7 words.
Actually, the eroded version only has 5 words, I think.
Really?
I think it's just target player discards their hand.
Oh, yeah, because they've changed...
There's no more genders.
There's no more he or she.
Thank God.
Which takes up 3 of the 7 words on this
much more clickbaity. It's just target player discards their hand. Basically destroy target player. How
Uh-huh.
do they ever win now?
Yep. I took this card out of my Bolas deck because it's a bully card, and I don't like bully cards that much. Like, you literally get to go, okay, you don't get to play now. And it's just like, well, that's... And it's not... But you don't kill them. Nope. It's even worse. Like, if you go, hey, I'll attack you for 40, you're dead.
It's almost like you go... It's almost like you go... You get second place.
You get to have no fun.
Like, you get to sit here while I kill 2 people, and then eventually you.
Yeah, it's not fun. I don't like that. The card is really good.
And but it's gonna dumpster people.
He did want a little bit of a one-on-one thing. This is really good on 1-on-1.
Oh, and 1v1. This is completely reasonable.
It just wins.
There's no bully, anything.
Yeah, it's just you win the game. Why don't you read the stellar flavor text on this card?
I shall. Your pathetic ideals lie in shambles, Planeswalker. Where is your arrogant pride now?
Love it. Absolutely.
That was said by Fibblethip.
Fibblethip said that. To Nicol Bolas.
Yes, to Nicol Bolas. The art is Fibblethip, and Nicol Bolas is like cowering.
Yeah, he's the one cowering. That's such a good flavor text. It's almost as good as Disdainful Stroke.
Oh yeah,
when you are beneath contempt.
Yeah, your lineage will be forgotten. It's like the meanest flavor text. Yeah. This deck goes so well timing because they just dropped the trailer for War of the Spark.
Did they? I didn't.
Yeah, I watched it while you were on the way. It's like a panning of like this building, and there's like 36 stained glass Planeswalker arts on the side.
That's cool.
And then like the Gideon one, there's a hole in it, and then it goes through it, and then there's like a chandelier with a bunch of candles, okay. And then they all start going off one by one, and then like a couple are staying, and then there's one, and then it like goes out and the smoke makes Bolas horns.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, so this is like right on time with that.
Right on time with that. Another flavor card. That's really cool though. Mm-hmm. I'll have to watch that after this.
There's so many theories. We can talk about it forever.
We have Crux of Fate. Holy flavor win. This is a good cost of board wipe in EDH. It's 1 more than Damnation, which is not bad. Plus, it won't kill your Bolas. It won't kill your other Bolas. It won't kill any of your Planeswalkers because it just doesn't kill Planeswalkers.
It doesn't do that.
So, it costs 3 black. Choose 1. Destroy all dragon creatures or destroy all non-dragon creatures.
Usually you choose non-dragon.
Usually you choose non-dragon. But I'll have you know, if your friend is playing a mono-red dragon deck, this guy, you have to choose dragons.
Oh, well, what were you saying about bully cards? I don't remember.
It's not a bully card. It just if your opponent is playing a dragon deck, it becomes a bully card. Mm-hmm. It's very specific.
I'm thinking about this card. Where's the flavor in the cons block? What? Like, they're fighting. Only one of them can win, right? And but they're both dragons. Is it like if Bolas wins, he destroys all the dragons, and there's no more dragons on cons?
I don't know.
But if Ugin wins, he doesn't destroy all the non-dragons. We're not flavor judges. We don't know. I just find it problematic. Shall we move on?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know flavor well enough to really go into any of that.
We don't know, and we care maybe less. So
yes,
we should move on. Oh, we're on to the next category. Who would have guessed?
Who do you guess? What do we got?
Discard payoffs. Yeah, we said there's a discard theme. We went pretty hard on it. This deck is probably just pretty mean.
Do you like discarding your hand? No? Well, you won't like playing against this?
Sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
We got payoffs. We got basically 3 of the same effect for the most part here. We got Liliana's Caress, Megrim, and Raider's Wake. All of these say whenever an opponent discards a card, they lose 2 life.
Yep.
But Raider's Wake also has the additional text of if you attack this turn at the beginning of your end step, each opponent discards a card.
So that fuels itself.
So it fuels itself. There's a lot of discard here. It's not like you're gonna.
They're not worth a card. Like, oh, they don't get you a card back. But as soon as you deal let's say each opponent discards 2 cards. Now you dealt 4, 8, 12 damage. Yeah. That's probably worth 2.
Every time you cast your commander, you're gonna deal 6 damage.
Sweet.
So there's
I've never done a full discard deck because it just seems mean. But this is a Bolas deck. Bolas is mean.
Bolas is a discard commander if you want him to be. I mean, you can make him what you want.
He's mean. This deck is mean. That's a flavor win to me.
That is a flavor win. Bolas is a jerk. He literally doesn't kill somebody that he can kill very easily
because it's not worth
his time.
He's apathetic.
That is so just cruel in me. It's I will not kill you because you're nothing. Wait, you could never get in my way.
That's literally Wit's End. I will not kill you, but you can't do anything to me
because you are nothing. Yeah,
you are Gideon, aka the worst. Oh, now normally for the Gourmet Bagel segment.
Well, let's explain what a Gourmet Bagel is because
shall we?
So decks have bread and butter.
Decks, you got your bread and butter. Liliana's Caress, it's your bread and butter.
Bread and butter. Megrim in a discard deck. Oh, these are bread and butter. But we don't want cards. Some cards aren't just bread and butter. They're your Gourmet Bagel.
The Gourmet Bagel.
The
with Dijon mustard sauce.
With Dijon mustard.
And we've got just one.
Dijon cream cheese.
Dijon mustard.
Dijon cream cheese. We're not putting mustard on our bagel. That's gross.
You're
gross and I hate you.
We have not one, but 2 Gourmet Bagels.
I know.
Why don't you read the first Gourmet Bagel?
Guess Grimoire. 4 mana for an artifact. Whenever an opponent discards a card, you draw a card.
Sweet.
I took this out of my Bolas deck, but I don't know if I regret it or not because this card's really good. Every time you cast, when you have this out and you play your commander, you create 6 cards. Each opponent loses 1, and you gain 3. It's
all right.
6 card advantage.
Yes, every time they lose 1, you get 3. So it's that you'll see there's reasons why certain cards that seem bad are in this deck. It's this is what you're going for every game. You want this out every game.
Yes, this card is real good in the deck.
God forbid, you like Windfall. So now everybody's drawing, let's say 5, and you draw 20.
What's
insane.
You draw 15 even.
15 off them and then 5 off you.
Yeah, but I was saying, some of them might be lower.
Yeah, I mean they could be. Yeah, let's just say it's 100. You draw 100 cards with Windfall.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You just draw 100 cards with Windfall. Yeah, that's insane. How do you deal with that?
Don't underestimate this card. You got to kill it on sight. It's really good.
It's really good, especially in a Bolas deck. When your commander has the words each opponent discards, it turns out it works really well.
True. And the next Gourmet Bagel.
Which there's one bagel, there's another bagel.
Oh yeah, they're on screen.
They make a bagel together.
That's not on screen.
You can't. You're not talented enough to do that.
Whatever. Waste not, as you may have guessed. 1 in a black for an enchantment. Whenever an opponent discards a creature card, put a 2/2 black zombie into play. Whenever an opponent discards a land card, add black to your mana pool. Whenever an opponent discards a non-creature, non-land card, you draw a card.
Pretty good.
I'm not sure. But if you split this card up into 3 different 2-mana enchantments, you might just play all of them.
I don't think so.
Really? They're all pretty good. They're close.
No.
They're all pretty close. I mean, we're not talking about that because it doesn't exist and it's not a real scenario. This card's insane.
This card is insane. It's very good. Your windfalls and all that really get to pay off with a card like this. You get a lot.
It just lets you start comboing off. You make everybody discard their hand. Now you got 12 mana.
12
at
zombies.
least. You got 6 zombies and you got 6 extra cards. Dang. Now you're casting more black spells.
It's really weird how evenly distributed your opponent was
in this game. They were wanting to test out waste now.
Every one of your opponents discarded equal amounts to make it happen.
Yeah, sure, why not? Who cares? It only has to total an equal amount.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah. Let's take that. Anyway, this might just win you the game if you can play it and then make everybody discard their hand. You might just win.
In a wheels deck, this card is insane too.
Oh yeah, Nekusar. I hate this card.
We've seen this card absolutely just go a butt-on.
And it's a classic, if you don't have removal, if your play group doesn't play removal, you're going to lose to it.
Yep.
Every time.
We've definitely lost this card. many a times.
Oh yeah.
It's not. It's good. It's good, and I hate it.
Oh, this is one of my favorites.
This is one of those cards that we put in too many decks.
You know,
It definitely belongs in this deck.
I don't think it's in too many.
It's one of those things that we like. It's kind of like Fire Covenant, where we put it in decks, and like we put in a lot of decks.
I don't think we put it in too many. It's only in 2 decks that I have.
You put it.
Wait, no, it's in 1. It's in 1.
You put it in every deck you can.
Really? That's false. I'll tell you later, but it's false.
Why is it false?
How many black decks do I have? Is it more than 1?
How many black red decks?
This? I'm talking about Sangromancer.
I was talking about Fire Covenant.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Sangromancer. I literally have 1 black red deck.
Yeah. Sorry. Go
Okay.
ahead. Sangromancer.
3/3 for 2 black. Flying. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you gain 3 life. Whenever an opponent discards a card, you gain 3 life.
This kid's good in the Bolas deck.
It's really good that these 2 are stapled on because board wipes and mass discard just gain you so much life. They put you out of range of dying to like stupid stuff.
Yep. Windfall. Woo! I'll gain 4. I'll gain 67. We'll say.
I like that this is like a low key payoff.
I really like that you did not call me out for saying 67. It is not divisible by 3 at all.
I knew that you'd call yourself out and derail the conversation. I had faith in you. This is not the best payoff you have. It's not as scary as Megrim at all. So if you have Megrim in this out, and people are like, oh, we got to kill, I guess, Megrim. And then you just gain 1 million life.
They'll probably still kill Sangromancer because
they'll try.
Because they're going to...
But if there's only 1 to go around, they're going to kill Megrim.
They'll use their lightning bolts.
Right, yeah, all the lightning bolts.
They're GP promo lightning bolts.
GP non-foil because they're scrubs.
Ugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They're scrubs and they put their lightning bolts in their mono red decks.
So now that you know what we're doing, like what we get when we make discard, we want to make them discard as much as possible.
Yeah.
How are we going to do that?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
I'm trying.
Well, we have some wheel effects. We have Windfall, 2 blue. Each player discards their hand and draws equal to the highest amount discarded this way.
We have Whispering Madness, which is the exact same thing, but it's 2 black, blue, and has Cipher.
If you don't know what Cipher does, we can't help you.
We can't help you except that we showed you the card image on screen and you can read it.
Yep, it's a weird ability. And Dark Deal, each player discards their hand and draws cards equal to 1 less of what they discarded. It's probably worded differently.
That many -1.
That many -1, yes.
Mm-hmm. It's also known as Dank Deal.
It's a dank deal.
Why would your opponents take this deal? It's bad for them.
Yeah, it's dank.
You get to, like, if you cast this early, you're resetting everybody's hand and you're denying them a card.
Yep.
I like it a lot.
Pretty good. Pretty good cheese.
Oh, this next one is cute.
This one's a spicy beezy.
This is very cute.
I give Beezy credit for the spice.
Yeah, I decided to throw in a Surveil something. Disinformation campaign.
Oh, you don't. This was my idea. I lied. This was my idea.
Okay, disinformation campaign. Let's read my idea. 1 blue-black. When it enters, you draw a card, and each opponent discards a card. Whenever you surveil, return it to your hand.
Card advantage, baby.
It's card advantage if you play it once. Don't think it's not.
Let's also be very clear. It's card advantage when you play it once, and nobody's going to destroy this.
No, why would they destroy it?
Are they going to assume you have 25 Surveil cards? No, you have 5. That's what we put in the deck.
Yeah, there's 5. There's Mission Briefing, there's Price of Fame.
Notion Rain.
There's Notion Rain, there's Sinister Sabotage. Can we name the last one?
Did you say the Surveil, like...
They all surveil.
The cantrip one?
Oh, and Discovery Dispersal is the last one.
Discovery Dispersal.
Which also makes people discard cards on the flip side that doesn't surveil.
Yes.
So I like this cute little sub-theme. Every card can fit in the deck. They just replace like Negate with the Surveil counterspell. I literally forgot the name already.
1 blue counter target spell Surveil.
Sinister Sabotage. We replace Negate with Sinister Sabotage.
And also that name.
Etc.
Okay, let's be very clear. In a Bolas themed deck, Sinister Sabotage is so much better of a card than Negate. Like
Bolas minions surveil quite often.
I feel like they are sinisterly sabotaging all the time.
All the time.
That's classic Bolas.
They're not just negating. They're not sabotaging.
Yeah, they don't go around negating things. They're not like, stop that. They're like throwing things out.
They like loosen screws and
like
that is cartoon garbage.
Yeah, and like the wheels fall off the car and they like slide.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's read these next 2.
Okay.
We already did a PSA.
Let's talk about cards that are bad and would never go in a normal deck. Like, you would never throw this
In a non-discard deck?
in a non-discard deck
Sure.
if you weren't trying to fit a theme, which makes these cards hilariously funny to me.
Yes. There's another thing funny about one of them, but we have Burglar Rat, which is 1 and a black for a 1/1. When it ETBs, each opponent discards a card, and Liliana's Spectre, which is 1 black for a 2/1 flyer, same ability.
Yep.
I love the idea that Bolas has assembled this flavorful deck of all the his strongest allies working for him.
Well, he's also...
And one of them's a rat.
And he's casting powerful spells. And, like, Bolas is doing, like, all this crazy stuff. Like,
He's got like this rat under his control.
he's just like...
And it's good.
Rat.
You want to deny them as many cards as possible. These make bodies. They can block. They can do whatever. They get blinked by Deadeye Navigator, which is in the deck. So does Bolas. It's just critical mass. We're reaching critical mass of, like...
Lots of this
You're being extremely inconvenienced by these cards.
There's so many funny things if you think about Bolas casting these spells. He's running a disinformation campaign.
Oh, yeah.
Like Bolas.
Yeah.
Bolas is
He's like whispering to some dude in Celestia.
Bolas, you go out there, and he just whispers and like tells some secrets.
And then they're like spreading fake news.
Yeah. Fake news. I didn't even realize it was a fake news card.
It's a fake news card. Also, Liliana Spectre, flavor bonus, because Lily works for Bolas now.
Lily does work for Bolas.
Ayo. We thought of everything.
No, we didn't.
Oh, okay. How about some
how
more...
How about you leave a comment below with cards that we totally forgot for flavor, because we forgot some.
We couldn't include all of them. We had to make room for this discard.
I know.
What's Bolas's second favorite rat, do you think?
Rotting Rats.
These are some symmetrical discard effects.
Yes, Rotting Rats is 1 black. Whenever Rotting Rats enters the battlefield, each player discards a card. Unearth 1 black. And then we have the... What is this card?
Delirium Skeens, 2 and a black.
Skeins?
Each player discards 3 cards.
What is Skeins? I've never heard that word
It's these
before.
little orange things.
Oh, those are Skeins?
Yeah.
Skeins?
Skeins?
I don't... Yeah.
Skeins.
I literally don't know the word. Magic has, loves to use, some fancier wording.
Like rats?
Like rats.
Rotting.
Yeah. I mean, Delirium Skeens is both those words are
If you
not
just
that
went up to
common.
somebody and was like, Delirium Skeens, and they're like, oh, those little orange swirly things that sometimes spew out of people's heads? Hey, you know.
Even the word delirium, if I don't play Magic, that's not a word that you hear, when you're talking. It's how often does somebody use the word delirium in a sentence?
True.
Almost never.
One thing I wanted to add to this deck was flashback cards and cards with Unearth, which just this one. They come back if you discard them, because there's mass discards. Like Delirium Skeins, everybody's going to be discarding. If you can discard cards with flashback, and you can discard things that don't matter, you're getting way more discarded than you are discarding. Mm-hmm. It's a 9 for 4. And if you discard rats in there's Faithless Looting in this deck, there's Chemist's Insight, and there's Deep Analysis. So you're discarding that stuff. Doesn't matter.
I can't tell you guys what deep analysis is because I wanted to say it, but I realized I can't.
Yes, we cannot say.
I can't say.
There is a pun for that card that you can look up at home.
Yes, we won't say.
Try
it
at home.
It's hilarious.
All right, we're back to we keep coming back here every week.
We have a flavor win.
True.
A flavor winning the game.
Winning the game.
Flavorfully. With Torment of Hailfire.
How many times has this been on? Is this in every black deck we make? You know what it does. We're not going to read it. We're just saying Bolas is on this card.
Bolas on this card. This card is
personally
super
coming
good.
to deliver a can of whoop butt to your opponents.
Did you say whoop butt?
Whoop butt.
Whoop. That does not roll off the tongue at all. Whoop butt.
Whoop butt.
Whoop.
It's kind of fun to say.
Butt.
It's mildly fun to say. Anyway. It's just good.
It's just a classic win card.
It even makes some discard cards. Just A+ home run everywhere.
Yep, it does everything. Oh, all right. What's the next one, Ken? We can't talk about that one Hellfire forever.
Yeah, we will not talk about it. We'll talk about it less each time. So 10 episodes from now, I'll be like, all right, Torment of Hellfire. Moving on.
Obviously in the deck.
Torment of... Okay, it's too late. We've already spent too much time. Blood Chief Ascension. 1 black. For an enchantment. Get ready. At the beginning of each end step, if an opponent lost 2 or more life this turn, you get a charge counter on it. Whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, if this thing has 3 or more charge counters, they lose 2 life, and you gain 2 life.
If this thing...
That's what it says. It's on there. Totally says this thing.
Get that. If this thing. I really like that. I like that wording. If this thing.
Megrim says 2. Raider's Wake says 2. Liliana's Crest says 2. Attackers say 2. Or more.
Or less if they're a bugler rat.
Burglar rat?
A bugler.
No.
A bugler rat.
Once this is going, the game's over. If you untap with this in 3, that's insane. You get to play Windfall or whatever. They each discard like 4. That's 8 damage apiece. I mean, do the math. You know, it's crazy. Picture it in your head.
Are you gaining that much life, right? 2?
You gain 2 each time.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
It's going to get you out of range of stuff, and it's going to just drain them to the point where they're dead to a gust of wind.
This deck is more going to gain its advantage from discarding cards and forcing your opponents down low. That is the main way this deck is winning. These are just like the classic, like, you want real win cons in your deck every time.
This deck's going to be able to flip Bolas more than your deck. No one's going to have cards in hand.
That's true.
We got Planeswalker. There's 5 walkers in the deck that can start pressuring and getting to ult while nobody has cards.
And Planeswalkers are much better in 1v1.
That's also true.
That is very, very true. This is the deck. That's the basics. So let's go and talk about our comparisons for the original.
When comparing this to the original, the price of editions, our budget was $100, and we knocked it out of the park. $66.75.
Damn, we're good.
Why do you say that every time?
That's my new
That's
thing.
our new slogan.
That's
not cocky at all. I love it.
Damn, we're good.
It seems perfectly humble. I think we're actually the most humble channel on YouTube.
Name one.
No, you can't.
Okay.
It's futile. No one is more humble than us.
If you name somebody more humble in the comments, we will delete your comments.
Jeez.
Because it will not be true.
Original average CMC, 3.33. Keep in mind, that deck was 122 cards. We received...
And like 40 lands.
Yeah, it was a kind of like, here's cards, make it into a deck. And we did. Our new cost 3.75. It's pretty clunky.
Let's be very clear. The clunkiness also... What we removed was like walk the plank type stuff.
Right, there was a few like suboptimal things. And also, look at Bolas. He's a clunky dude. His legs are tiny. They're like 2 inches big. He's like 2 inches tall on his legs.
He's 2 inches big.
It's all in the torso. He's clunky. He's a 3.75 type dude.
Yes. My boss is like a 3.75 too.
That's probably like a 12. Average 12. Your average card is like Enter the Infinite.
That's my average card.
Oh, Joe, we need you to kill this. I don't know, there's no removal in this deck, so I'm just trying to cast Omniscience.
We had 37 ads, 59 cuts.
Yes, 37 heads, 59 cuts. The only time there'll be 22 off.
Yes, it was a prototype type deck. But this deck is cool.
I think it's fun. This was probably the most fun I've had cutting cards, I think. I always have fun. But I was just like, oh yeah, we can put Burglar Rack in this deck. Sure, let's put Liliana Spectre in this deck.
Some of the things in the deck were the classic, like, I'm just like, get out of here. Like,
well,
it was a static field, electrostatic field. What? That was how I felt about that card.
Calm down, jeez.
No, that card.
Not that big of a deal. Here's what I did. No, we can cut that.
No, that was
reasonable reaction.
There's some cards that, like, when I see them in decks, I'm just like, I can't even fathom what it was that put that in the deck.
Okay.
Yeah, take that.
Jeez, yeah, let's make our audience feel like crap.
Are tied for first favorite patron.
No, they're equal. They're tied.
I said tied for first.
Well, are they tied for first or second?
They're tied for first. That's how it works. You get first, and then there'll be a third.
Okay, so the next patron will be our favorite patron.
Yes, all patrons are.
Annoying banter aside, final thoughts. We cut Karn, Sign of Urza, cut Jace the Mind Sculptor. You might be asking, what? It's not that good.
They're both...
And it's not flavorful.
In 1v1, Jace is pretty good. Karn is also pretty good. But I refuse to put these cards in this deck. If you want flavor, you cannot have Karn and
most likely
Jace.
The man who will kill Nicol Bolas.
Yes.
Jace.
You get him out of here. Like, no. That is absolutely... I don't
Joe
care.
just has a shovel and he's like,
There's
no.
literally... If we're sticking with flavor, I refuse to put a Jace into a Bolas deck.
Obviously, you can just put it in and not tell us, and we won't have to hear about it. Just secretly put it in, and we won't know.
You'll have to, because
Yes.
if you do, don't.
We cut the Spectres, the one that deals damage, defending player discards.
Yeah.
We just didn't like them. We found all these sorceries and enchantments to use instead.
Yep. We put in all the signets. Well, there was only one, and we cut the locket because
There was only one?
there was only one.
That's not why we cut it, though.
It was weird.
I don't like the lockets really at all.
We're filling up graveyard, so we put in Relic of Progenitus to
We did.
keep your opponents down on using their graveyard. We put in Nicol Bolas' buddies, Liliana Vess, who he's in control of right now, and Tezzeret.
Tezzeret, the guy who goes, I'll get you Gatewatch.
He goes, I'll get you Gatewatch by minusing 4 and getting Guest Grimoire.
By activating my -4 ability, getting Guest Grimoire, the only card that is good. I don't know.
The only card that is good.
Tezzeret really trailed off there. He's not good with words.
I'll get you Gatewatch.
Added some tutors like Fabricate and Dark Petition.
Yep.
Also known as Dank Petition. if you're feeling frisky.
And we have Dank Deal and Dank Petition.
Yes, you can tutor for Dank Deal and cast it with Dank Petition.
Dang, you can, especially if you have Spell Mastery, yeah?
So that was this deck. This deck was a blast. I hope you had fun on this episode. We had fun on this episode. We're having fun still, actually.
If you enjoyed this video, you should hit that subscribe button.
Ding the bell. I mean, dinging the bell is kind of secondary, right? Like, well, who really cares if you ding the bell? You can ding it.
Yeah, that's like a classic, like, ding the bell.
Everyone's like, you have to ding the bell. It's like, you don't have to. Do whatever you want. No. But I would like you to like and subscribe. That's what matters to me.
Subscribe.
Even if you
ring
dislike
the
the
bell.
video. Even if you dislike the video.
I really like okay. Above, I really like, besides subscribing, I like comments. Leave comments. We try to reply to almost every comment.
Like I say, even if you dislike the video, just leave a comment and let us know why, and we'll
Yes.
improve it for the next time.
Yes, we will.
And
Thanks.
again, if you want to submit comments, subscribe, tapped out.
Yep.
Special thanks to both of our patrons, Adam and Dustin.
Special thanks to both of you.
We love you guys,
AKA,
and we love anyone who wants to support us.
Yep. If you just subscribe, we love you. Just a little less than our patrons.
Right, but it's like mostly love.
Yeah, it's pretty much love. Like
80% love, 20% friendship.
Yeah, it's 100% love
for our patrons.
For Adam D. Rose and Dustin.
All right, that is it for this video. We will see you in the next one.
Yep.
Bye. We don't really have a gesture.
Send help. We need a send off. Nobody's helped us yet.